and it's, the 24 talk. He's in the trenches. The issues that he's worked on within our state, they are grassroots issues. Our local politicians have driven it home. They've supported the agenda, and they engage in the community effectively. The local leadership and the candidates have been outstanding in doing their job. That's how you get from here to there. It all has to come together collaboratively, and it can be done. So my message, Vince, into anyone in this situation where you're feeling hopeless in a place where you get waxed by 20, 30 points every single election, I hear you. I understand. I used to live there. I now live in a red county. You can too. But we can't talk about it. I've always said that, with what I do in radio. It's always been one of my great frustrations in life. I'm a doer. And so part of the reason why I talk about there being two sides of stories, one side of facts, and establishing premise, everything else, I'm always trying to come at things informationally in a way in which there's something that's a takeaway that we can do something with it. Because otherwise I feel like I'm just, spouting off a bunch of words on air, and maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't. Hopefully on occasion it's entertaining, but I mean, at the core, if we do things right, it can make a difference. And so if I can be helpful at all, that's what it takes. It starts at home, and it starts with engagement. As I mentioned, it starts with playing the game the way it's played. If you have early voting, get the heck out there and vote early, and do it as early as possible. So resources, again, can be deployed for other candidates. And again, in Georgia, since we're getting ready for an election that very well might decide the control of the Senate, get your asses out there and vote early. Do not wait until Election Day. You're a Republican. Don't do it. Unless you have no real other choice, get out there and make it happen so that the less reliable voters can be targeted, activated, and make it out to the polls to get him across the finish line. Which, by the way, Brian Kemp, who just ran an amazing campaign, his re-election bid for governor of Georgia, exactly what he is working on. From what I understand, he has taken this entire election apparatus and is working that with Herschel now, which is a good thing. It's very encouraged to see that. All right, let's go to Jonathan in Woodbridge, Virginia. Jonathan, welcome to the show.
I love what you're saying, your analysis and the demographics. And the additional dimension that strikes me is that the Republicans did the same thing in 2012 before there was a Trump. Here it was Biden is terrible. It's this referendum idea, which I'm coming to believe is a really bad, dumb philosophy, that because Biden's terrible, they're just going to automatically come over to our side. It didn't happen. In 2012 with Obama, people who's rather unpopular. And I remember at the time, again, not making excuses now, but at the time I was tearing my hair out. They're not saying why anybody should vote for the Republicans. It's just the Obama was unpopular, so we just automatically sit back, do nothing, and it's going to fall in our lap.
And I think the lesser of evils wins. You're exactly right. It's a huge mistake that is frequently made.
I think it's part of